Hello and welcome, all my fellow nerds and rushers, to a very special video. This is dedicated to King Rexy, who wanted me to do his biggest and bestest hero review, Helena, the fallen goddess. Now, he is a really good writer, better than he realizes, and he wrote an extensive, detailed, just awesome story. I've read part of it, so I don't know if he's going to release, there'd probably be a good thing to do, King Rexy. Have like an auto reader read through this thing, because I estimated it would take me about 2.5 hours to read it all, and my voice will it'll be paralyzed for the rest of my life if I do that. But there's a lot, so let's get down to her abilities, her stats, her gameplay, her picture. All right, so this is Helena. She is a goddess. She is very powerful. The first thing I notice is that she's very beautiful. She's hot, man. She'd make an excellent waifu. That's just my first impression, so very beautiful. Now let's get into some of her killing abilities. These are her stats at lower levels. Let's jump up to level 10. So notice that she has good magic resistance, insane health regeneration, like really good, great health, and she does true damage. And she attacks pretty frequently with that true damage. She moves as fast as Phoenix, respawns in 22 seconds. Pretty standard respawn. I don't think she's ever going to die, though, because with 750 health, with magic resistance, with 65 HP regen per second, and she's doing 74 to 102 true damage per second, but that is actually in every 0.8 seconds, as it says there. So if you divide that number, 74 to 102 divided by 0.8, you're going to get, I think, 127.5 on that upper end. That's pretty crazy, man. That's Wilbur status. She might even be, in general, more powerful than Wilbur with her just base attack. Pretty incredible. Sounds awesome. And Wilbur's one of the best heroes just for that alone. So she has the same movement speed and attack range as Phoenix. Good to know. Alrighty. The name of her innate skill is Divine Presence. Every tower near Helena, range of 462, I think that's pretty big, will receive 20% attack speed boost while in her presence. I love that. That sounds awesome. I think that's what King Dennis does in the first Kingdom Rush game, more or less. And I really like speeding up attacking of towers. It's awesome. Increasing damage is lovely as well. It can affect reinforcements and secondary heroes. That's incredible. So she's kind of along the lines of Deity in that way. Ranged attacks on barrack units also benefit from the ability. Wow, awesome. When a tower is no longer in the radius, it will still have the buff active for 1.5 seconds. Okay, cool. For comparison, the AoE size is similar to the Weirdwood. All right, that's a pretty good size. All of the towers in Kingdom Rush Origins have a very solid amount of range, so that's great. Ability number 1, Holy Light Shot. Cooldown 25 seconds, pretty average. Let's see what it is, though, because that could determine everything. Helena will summon a ball of light out of thin air and shoot it at the most threatening enemy in a range of 280. I think that's a standard tower range, dealing 380 all the way up to 600 true damage to the target. If the enemy survives, he will get stunned for 1.5 at the beginning, up to 4 seconds. So she's going to be doing 600 true damage to a big baddie, and if he survives, he'll be stunned. That's awesome. However, if he dies, the Holy Shot will blow up, dealing 1/3 of the original damage to enemies near the target. So she's usually going to be killing people with the 600 true damage shot, unless it's something ridiculous that she's shooting it against, like a golem or something that has a ton of health. But most enemies in this game have 600 or less. Even the mid-tier amount of health for enemies is like 600 or 700. So she has a really good chance whenever she uses that to blow up and deal, it says a third, so it'd be doing, let's see, 200 true damage. Now this happens, 600 true damage, blowing up for a total of 800 area damage every 25 seconds. So let's do 800 divided by 25. Let's see what that is, because I don't know that off the top of my head. Usually I know that. 32. Yeah, I could have got that. All right. So that does an average of 32 true damage per second. Pretty awesome. Very, very good. For simplicity, the range of 280 is about the same size as a level 1 magic tower. Okay, so it's less than I thought. The AoE is 90, half the size of the looting ability of Captain Blackthorn, okay? It's based around the enemies in her range. If there's 5 Twilight Harassers and 1 Avenger, she'll prioritize the Avenger. Excellent. I love smart targeting systems like that. The health points do not affect the targeting. Okay? The next ability, Angelic Barrier. Cooldown 20 seconds. When 3 or more enemies are present in Helena's attack range, she will create a magical shield in front of her with a total of 900 to 1500 health. Wow. Blocking off the enemies from harming her and the surrounding allies and advancing any further for up to 10 seconds. Wow. So this is like a force field, I presume. It's in front of her. It blocks 1500 health. Okay, so it's this crazy force field that protects her and surrounding guys. So you want to fly her or wherever she's going. I don't know if she flies. I don't think she does. Maybe she levitates. She'll want to be by a barrack at a choke point, and this will just make everyone basically invincible. Wow, this with a cooldown of 20 seconds. I don't know if it's even possible for her to die, or the guys that she's protecting. And the guys physically get stopped by the shield for 10 seconds. And this thing has a respawn time, a cooldown rather, of 20 seconds. This is insane. If it can block every enemy, then if you put it by an exit, it's for... Wow, this is crazy. This is probably the craziest stalling protection ability I've ever seen. If it can stop everything, maybe there should be a limit to like stopping like 5 enemies or something like that. That way some other guys can start slipping through. I'm not really sure. But 1500 health, that's pretty amazing. That is one of the craziest abilities I've ever read. And she is quite impressive. But let's see these notes. As soon as it gets used, it'll start recharging its cooldown right away. Wow. Okay. It'll gradually fade away each time a quarter of its health is gone. Basically, the color will fade out by a little each time the shield takes 375 damage. That sounds really cool. It's gonna start at light yellow. It can stall bosses, but the shield takes more damage from them. That's good. That provides some balance. Ability number 3, Holy Mantle, every 16 seconds. When Helena or an ally in her attack range loses over 70% to 40% of their total health, she will summon a defensive aura near the chosen target. So you get to choose it. Awesome. Well, I don't know if you get to choose it. Maybe she does with the AI. That makes more sense. The aura reduces the amount of incoming damage from all sources by up to 40%, and it grants a reflection chance. Awesome. The aura lasts for 5 to 8 seconds. So it lasts for up to 8 seconds. So 50% of the time, one of your allies is having like great armor buffs. Very, very nice. Let's see the notes about it. It grants the owner with a small chance, 15%, to reflect an incoming attack back. I love that. Reflecting damage is awesome. It doesn't work on bosses or mini bosses. Cool. It only affects one person. So compared to her other more broken shielding ability that I read before this one, it's good. It's cool. I don't know if you get to choose who it goes on to. I think she'll just pick an ally. But still cool. I think that would probably work best with like secondary heroes or something like that. All right. The next ability, Spear of Destiny. Every 20 seconds. When there are 2 or more enemies within her attack range, Helena throws a quartz spear at light speed. Wow. Ricocheting around 3 to 5 enemies, dealing 90 to 160 true damage. Wow, so it can ricochet up to 5 enemies. 5 times 160 for the top end. That's pretty awesome. That's like 600 to 750 damage-ish. Pretty cool. I mean, it's at light speed, though. You'd think that would just, like, create a time travel paradox or something. That's awesome. After the last enemy gets hit, the spear will have a 30 to 50% chance to bounce to another target. Wow, so it can go up to 5 enemies, and then there's a 50% chance that it'll hit like 6, 7, 8. So you can hit 7 enemies with that. Times 160 true damage for the upper end. This could do 1,000 true damage every 20 seconds, which is 50 true damage per second on the upper end. Wow, that's incredible. She can use it against flying enemies. She uses it when enemies get into her attack range. If there's no enemies within a range of a level 2 archer, then the spear will disappear, even if the chance gets triggered. Man, that is awesome and very, very strong. This hero is insane. Next ability, Ray of Doom. Cooldown 90 seconds. All right, let's see what this is. Description. Helena will summon a portal to the light dimension, unleashing a devastating ray of scorching light that will move along the path, dealing 400 to 900 true damage along the whole lane. Whoa. The whole lane? That is crazy. I would love just to see what that looks like. Aesthetically, that would be really satisfying. 900 true damage. But it's every 90 seconds. So it's doing 10 true damage per second. Potentially to like 30 guys at once, or 10 or 20 or something. It can only go toward where enemies spawn, okay? So it goes from her toward where they spawn. That makes sense. She'll become immovable for the duration of the Ray of Doom. How long does it take, though? Probably just a couple seconds of animation. Where there's multiple lanes, her AI will pick the path with most enemies on it. That's awesome. That's very satisfying. The length of it can vary based on the length of the path. Wow. Her quotes. In unity, we will prevail. We are the righteous. Feel the light. Onward to victory. Death quote, which you'll never hear because she's amazing and is never going to die. The sun has set. Now he goes into why he created Helena. And then he mentions Trevor, which is me, and how he compares my music to his writing, how you get a really inspirational idea and that you just have to write it down. I've had that kind of thing happen. So he's kind of combining right there Phoenix and Wilbur. And this person is incredible. So well done, King Rexy. Xandris made it into this, which is really cool. I love all this. She'll be in Kingdom Rush, what is it? Origins? Or right after it. Very, very cool. All right. Well, thanks, dude. This was super fun. This hero is incredible. If I just had to right now, in the spur of the moment, rank her, she sounds like she will compete with Ice Cult. Considering all of these abilities being used with tower buffs, with their attack speed going up, that shield thing just sounds ridiculous. An entire lane taking 900 true damage. She gets to protect an ally. That seems like her weakest ability, but it's still cool. This is crazy. Considering all of these things, I have to reread the first one. Oh, yeah, and then the spear that bounces around doing true damage for up to, like, 1,000 damage every time it does it. For, like, 50 DPS is, I think, what I calculated. Oh, yeah, and then her first one, her ball of light that she shoots out, that can do, like, 800 true damage overall. This hero is ridiculous. I think she's better than Ice Cult. Ice Cult can freeze everything, and he does true area damage on every attack. His ice spikes are incredible. But she can do an entire lane of baddies. She can kill everything there with 900 HP or less every 90 seconds. Which is like adding another lightning or meteor spell, basically. Maybe even better a lot of the time, depending on if there's a lot of guys in that lane. While boosting everything around her, while protecting everything. And to top it all off, besides her ridiculous true damage, AoE, and just her near invincibility, because she's just not going to die, really. To top all of it off, her shield ability really is what got me. Because she creates it, and it's there 50% of the time, I think. And nothing can get through it, because they would have to do 1,500 damage within, like, what, 20 seconds to be able to kill it. Wow, that's incredible. I would love to see that shield thing, man. That is awesome. Now, I'm not sure which one of these things are her hero spell. It's probably the true damage in an entire lane. Let's see if that says hero spell. Her ultimate ability, yeah, so hero spell. Yeah, that's incredible that you get to choose when the entire lane of damage is going to happen. I'm going to put this hero at number 1. She's awesome. She's beautiful. She's unique because she combines factors of Wilbur, Phoenix, Deity, and probably even some other tanks and stuff. So she's incredible. Well done, King Rexy. I'm finishing this video around the time before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you. And, yeah. Well done on this. Your story is incredible for what I've read of it so far. This hero is awesome. Good job, dude.